All right, guys. Last take here. Promise. Oh, I just need some Red Bull and I think I'll be fine. All right. So she's moved here 4 years ago. I went to Grand Rapids Public for 2 years, and she's been here in Kellogg'sville for 6.5 months. Like I said, her family is from Togo, from a city called Lomé. It's right here on the southwest kind of tip. And yellow is where they predominantly speak the language Iwi. Um, she has a very interesting background of how she even came here. Her sister was actually sponsored to come here from this woman, and that all went through. And I guess she sponsored like quite a few, like older teenage girls to come and just like sell things for her and just do various, I don't really know, like jobs. She told me like one of them was selling magazines. Um, but what happened is that the woman was, I don't know, I guess was being watched by the FBI and was just kind of doing not so smart things and really not even taking care of the girls. She wasn't taking them to school like it was promised, or giving them money. And they were all in a home over here somewhere in Kentwood, like basically living on mattresses in the floor. So that being said, Esther's older sister, if she testified against the woman, then they would bring her family over here to Grand Rapids, Michigan. It is interesting because there's not a population here from Togo, and really nobody that speaks Iwi. This is one of our puzzle pieces that she did for our culturally inclusive classroom, and wrote the flag. All right, so the psychological perspective, she definitely has an integrative motivation. You know, she really wants to speak with her friends and teachers, and more so, she just wants to be a writer too. So she spends a lot of time mimicking and copying work, or even listening to a documentary, for instance, on Martin Luther King Jr., and like trying to write the words as she heard them with a partner. She loves communicating, to get her clarification that she needs, and affirmation as well. One of her motivators is reading on Epic, and she really loves to look up jokes. And we've been working a lot on figurative language, and so it's kind of, she's definitely self-motivated to, find jokes, and if they don't make sense to her, she's trying to figure out what figurative language, or what that means. And then she also just, after that, she loves to share them with the class, and it's a big confidence booster as well. I kind of connect that to connectionism, which is just the motivation through connection, stimuli, and responses. So she definitely self-monitors a lot, and metacognition, she thinks about her thinking a lot. She really contemplates. But she does lack self-confidence because she's just not there yet in, being able to share out, answers, because she doesn't know if she's going to say it right, or she doesn't know if, somebody will, think different of her, which nobody does, but we're getting there. And the more communication and the more ways that she's able to use what she's learning, the more confident she is. Definitely when she listens to sentences, she can identify which sentences are grammatically correct. But again, when she reads them on her own, she lacks that confidence and second guesses herself. And again, she just doesn't want to look like she's not smart in anyone's eyes. And this is observant in reading group versus whole group. In reading group and one-on-one, she shares much more. Social perspective. I haven't finished everything yet, but I'm going to go through this quick because I know you guys got to go. She, on the table 5.1, she meets basically all of those checklists for how she speaks. Almost all of my ELLs need the modifications in 5.2. But she definitely, at a microsocial level, she needs communication with others for sure. Again, just for clarification, what's really interesting, she doesn't have any other friends